My name's Chad, and this is my 15-year-old
Oh, I think I got it good. Hello, 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 and welcome everybody who's out there. It's good to be talking to you. Today is September 10th, and today I'm going to be showing you how to code, or at least some of you who are out there who want to join us today. I'm actually going to add in a little image here to just let people know what we're doing here, because I am trying to teach you how to code, at least for most of this. All right, so I'll be having the thing pop up and down throughout today's lesson. But shout out to the great people out at Facebook, at YouTube, at Twitch, and at Periscope. It's good to be talking to you all. It is Thursday, and let's go ahead and get started. So today I'm going to be teaching you a little bit of how to code. We're going to be doing this by you doing most of the work, because that's the best way to learn by doing. I'll give you some challenges along the way, and we'll hopefully get some good audience responses today. And I could build an app for you if you'd like. I could build any kind of app you'd like. So let's see how today goes. I hope some of you had some fun with Flappy Bird, because you got a chance to make Flappy Bird if you jumped in a little early and did the little do now there. It's a pretty cool little setup for creating Flappy Bird. The materials that you need for this class is pretty simple. You're going to need a computer with internet access, any operating system. You're going to need a smartphone of some type. You're going to need to take notes, because that's how you remember things better. You take notes. And you're going to need some water, because your brain is going to do a lot of brain power, and water is what helps our brain survive. So that's what's the material for the day. So welcome. I really hope that this class helps inspire you to get a more technical job. I hope that you're a beginner, because this class is designed for complete beginners, people who know nothing of how to code. You'll get to learn how to code today. We'll be learning the fundamentals of programming while building Android and iPhone apps. And like I said, you just need a computer, internet access, and a smartphone. So what are we going to be doing today? Well, we're going to start by learning what computer science is. We're going to play a little quiz game. Then we're going to play a little Blockly maze game to kind of get your brain going in the right direction, so you kind of understand how the interfaces that we're going to be working and using. And then a little break followed by introducing Thunkable. And Thunkable is the software that we're going to be using, which is entirely web-based. It's a pretty great software. And we're going to talk about what you can build with Thunkable. Is it free? Do you have to pay? It's a freemium. So it's they have a free version up to a paid version. And then you're going to get to build the Pet the Cat app, which should be pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get started. But let's say you finish this class. What's next for you? Well, there's really three options. One, you like this and you want to continue by yourself. You could do that by going to LibreTeacher.com, and you can just jump in and start the course. And it's you can start the course under Understanding Thunkable's UI. Option two is you like this, but you don't think you can do it by yourself. You have two options. You can get private lessons from me, or you could start a little group of your friends, and you can have me be the instructor for the group, and you get a group discount. And that's under LibreTeacher.com/services. And option three is this was fun, but I think I can go more advanced. Then I highly recommend you check out code.org. They have a great course on JavaScript, using JavaScript, so check that out. And last but not least, you might be like, this is fun, but I don't like coding. That's okay, because coding isn't really for everybody. Feel free to just share this with a friend. To start things off, let's talk about what is computer science by watching a video from Tech Prep by Facebook. All right, it's going to explain what computer science is, and pay attention, because there might be a little quiz after this. All right, let's go ahead and start this video.
Computer science is the art of teaching a computer what to do. I'll start with something similar, like a screwdriver is a tool that is made to kind of turn screws, and on its own, it's useless. You have to take it in your hand and kind of turn it to make something happen.
A computer actually learns a set of instructions and actually transform that into a way of showing a movie or playing an audio file or delivering Facebook. And that whole study of how the computer thinks is computer science.
It's code, and so code is a bunch of symbols and letters, but it's really more like a language.
I got here from Puerto Rico, and I didn't know English, so I had to spend a lot of time trying to perfect my English. Programmers do the same thing. They learn new languages to do new things. They are inputting this language and these instructions into the computer so the computer can do what they want them to do.
Growing up, I was one of the very few people who had access to a computer around me. And I remember being bored one day and I picked up this book that was near the computer that said basic programming. And they had this really simple getting started, a hello world program that you could write in BASIC. And I remember writing it and recognizing that, wait, hold on, I just put this thing in and taught this computer how to do that, and it came back out. And I had my brother come in and use it. And he's like, oh man, you made the computer say hello? It's like, yeah, I did. Isn't that cool?
In our everyday lives, you speak language and you use that to communicate and instruct when you're around people. Similarly, a programming language is exactly the same thing. It's just a language that you'd use to talk to the computer.
And think about the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning. Let's say it's an alarm clock. There are instructions that somebody put into that alarm clock to teach it how to tell time, how to respond to you hitting the snooze button. You're walking out the house and you jump in your car and you start it. There are lots of computers in there figuring out how to turn the engine the very first time, how much gas to put in. This set of instructions that people have put into all these little devices you've used throughout your day just made your day that much easier to get through.
You want directions, or you're dialing a phone number, you're actually interacting with a computer to solve the problem at hand. That's computer science and programming right there, every day, in your hand.
Programming and computer science is one of the best ways to have impact in the world. There is no other career, no other field where you can touch so many people's lives with just a simple software or a simple app. And it's specifically also important for diverse communities to be involved because of the fact that computers are everywhere, programming is everywhere, and we want an equal representation when we are building programs.
We need people who have a broad range of perspectives to find different solutions.
Creating products for the people, you need to be the people. And if we hope to have products out there that really serve our needs, we need to be involved. Programming, learning computer science, and being part of the creation process of this new wave of innovation.
Alrighty, pretty good video, pretty good video. We're gonna go ahead and start off by playing a game, and I challenge anybody out there to see if they could beat level 10 of this game. This game is found if you go to either yellkey.com/focus or you can Google Blockly Maze. I dare you to see if you can beat level 10. And it's a really, really cool game. You can go ahead and just jump on into it, go to Blockly Maze. I'll be jumping in here. But essentially, I'm going to open up a new tab here and just go to Blockly Maze. I'm actually going to put it in an incognito tab because I have played this game so much that it has all my answers saved. Great. So this game is pretty cool. You're this little character here, and you have to give it instructions to get to the end. So right now, if I hit run program, it will stop right there. And what I really wanted to do is to keep going, right? So I need to add another move forward block. So these blocks just kind of stack up on each other like that. And yeah, I highly recommend you give this a try. I'm gonna go ahead and throw on my I'm teaching you how to code thing. So let me teach you how to code. So if anybody out there is just walking around or perusing the different live channels out there, feel free to say hello in the comments, all right? Or if you're just, stopping by for a second, please feel free to say hello in the comments. It would be really great. So let's go ahead and get a little started here. So yeah, 2 move forwards and boom. We are good here. All right. We're going to keep playing here a little longer. Move forward. I mean, we needed to turn left, right? So now it turns left. Now we needed to tell it to move forward. So if we does that now, it'll go move forward, turn left, move forward. So then we needed to turn right, which is a pretty good thing. And then it now needs to move forward. So we can tell it to move forward. And if we run this program, we'll get it to work. All right, cool. And now when you get to this level, level 3, you'll notice there's a new type of block. We call this block the repeat until block. Hey YouTube, if you're just jumping in right now, feel free to say hello in the chat. All right, and also feel free to jump in. You can go to Blockly Maze. Blockly Maze, you can just Google it and you can play this game with me. You might be ahead, you might be behind me, but I'm gonna explain this next block here. This next block is called the repeat until block. It is what we consider a loop in programming, and what it'll do is it'll repeat whatever's inside of it until it reaches the end or until it falls off. So let's go ahead and hit run program here, and you'll see it will repeat until the end. Fantastic, fantastic. Right, if we go on to the next one, we can go ahead and see that, whoa, things get a little more complicated. We need to move forward, we need to turn left, we need to move forward, we need to turn right, and we need to repeat that over and over and over again until we get to the end. Let's see what happens. Boom, run program. Nice. Our character is just moving up them stairs like nothing. Cool. Great, and now we'll go on to level 5, right? Same sort of thing here, except for now I can put things below the repeat. So I could say, hey, move forward a couple times, turn right, and then move forward. I think I need to grab one of these move forwards here. There we go. And it'll move forward a couple times. It'll turn right and forward, which is the wrong direction, everybody. So let's try moving left this time, huh? All right, move left and there we go. Cool. All right. So now if we see here, we've got another kind of block here that's kind of messing with us. It's this if block, this if path. And it's a pretty cool block because it senses whether or not there's a path to the left, to the right, or ahead of you. So the whole time, if I want, I could say, if there's a path ahead, move forward. I could just tell it the whole time. And this way, if we watch this program, it'll go all the way to the edge, and then it'll stop at the edge because we never told it what to do after. But yeah, so we give some pretty cool options here. We can say, hey, if there's a path to the left, turn left. And now it'll constantly check if there's a path to the left and forward. And if there's a path to the left, it'll move forward. It'll turn left. And boom, it'll turn left. We'll have it keep going here, keep going here. So, as some of you might be wondering, you might be like, hey, why are we playing this game? What's the point? Well, it's a couple things. One big thing here is you're learning about how blocks fit together because we're going to be using a block language. Thunkable is a block language, so you kind of need to understand how these blocks fit together. Furthermore, you kind of have to understand that these blocks work in order from top to bottom. So if you start at the top, it will do what's at the top and then work its way down. It's a set of directions, and that's how we program computers. We're just giving them a set of directions. We also learned about what loops are, right? Which is when things get repeated until a certain condition is met. We also have conditionals, which are things that only happen under certain conditions, and that's where the name conditionals come from. So we're going to move past this break, and we're going to start talking about Thunkable, which is the software we're going to be using. Now, Thunkable uses this kind of visual language. It's a really great language. Easy to read, easy to put together, right? It's a little tough when you have a ton of sequences going on and you have a lot of things going on. You kind of wish that it was in regular code, but it's a great starting point for a lot of people who get deterred by a lot of the syntax of coding. So we're going to be using Thunkable.com. You can build a ton of really great apps here. Look at all these apps that you can build. Games, reference apps, music apps, you name it, you can build it pretty much. You can build pretty much anything, a lot of things on Thunkable's platform. Is it free? Kind of. They have a freemium model. So the free version, you get 10 public accounts. So they're not private. So that means anybody can see these accounts. So that's really important to make note of. You get 200 megabytes of account storage. You're going to get their branding on your apps. But you can still test apps. Test the pro components of apps, which is pretty good. But the other thing is they have a pro account, which you pay for, and you can publish mobile apps. You can have unlimited private and public apps, a gig of storage space. They will help you get your app to the App Store. So it's pretty cool, pretty cool. So if you're building the next big Facebook or the next big Snapchat, get the pro account so that nobody can steal your idea, so you can make it a private project, all right? So let's make an account. Let's go to Thunkable. If you don't have an account, you can go ahead and get one. And I'm going to go ahead and jump on in here. I'm going to go to Thunkable. I've got an account here, and we're gonna go see if we can build a really cool app here today. We don't have too many people jumping into the stream. We're trying different times. We're trying different advertising. We're trying a bunch of different things to get people to learn how to code. So we're gonna do something a little bit different for today. So we're gonna make a new app. All right, and if you're out there in the comments, this is where you get to chime in. I'm gonna just call this, live stream. And what we can do here is we could kind of build any app that you would like. All right, so yes, I'm gonna open it up to the floor here. I'll create any app that you'd like. I've got my chat window open here. So if you want to let me know what kind of apps you'd like, and if you haven't seen this, it's called Answer the Public. If you've been out there to Answer the Public before, you got to check this out. It's pretty cool. This guy shows up here, which is a little creepy dude. But other than that, it's pretty cool because you can go, oh, it's a video. You can stop it and play it. I didn't even notice that. You can type something in and you can see what people are talking about. So I can type in like maybe app and hit search, and it'll show me everything that people are talking about when it has to do with apps. All right, so for example here, we can, it's gathering the data. It might take some time. It's trying to figure out if there's any, where any data is for apps. So here's a bunch of things people are asking about apps. So people are asking about like apps for COVID-19, apps for identifying plants, apps for COVID-19 Scotland, apps for walking, apps for pubs, apps for plants, apps for recognizing plants. Okay, so I'm realizing people are at home a lot and they might be buying a lot of plants. So they might want to create like an app that can recognize the different kind of plants that there are. Well, we can build an app that's kind of similar to that, and it's pretty cool. What you can do here is you can actually build an app that recognizes what we take a photo of. It's a photo recognition app. And we'll just make this really basically, we won't have to make it super pretty right now. We'll just try to build functionality. So if I'm gonna think, okay, I have an app where somebody can click a button, take a photo, and it'll tell me what that photo is, all right? So what I'm gonna do here is first, I'm gonna need a button, right? So this is gonna be the like take photo button. All right, so we got this take photo button, and I'm just gonna make it say take photo. And we're gonna call it the take photo button. So what I'm doing here is I'm just adding in a button, right? I'm changing the text of the button here on the property side. And over here, I can change the name of my button. I'm gonna zoom in a little more for the people out there who are watching. So we're gonna change this and we're gonna make it say the take photo button, all right? Why am I doing that? Well, if I got a lot of buttons on my screens, I wanna know which one I'm touching or which one I'm grabbing. So I'm gonna use that one. So the take photo button, and the other component that I'm gonna need to use here, and components are the tools that our apps can use. So we've got like a component for a label, so that'll show text, and actually that's what I need. I need to show the user what is coming up on the screen. Oh, Josh Arena's out there. He'll take an app for pubs, please. Well, good luck, Josh. I wish you the best. It's hard to find those apps right now because a lot of pubs aren't open. But hit me up, cousin Josh, and we'll get you out here to Palm Desert, and I'm sure we can find something. Anyway, so we're gonna take a photo here. We've got a label, right? This label is gonna say like what the object, or I'm gonna call it object labels, because it's gonna tell us what the object was. And the last component that we're gonna need here is we're gonna need a component that can do this whole entire what we call photo recognition. And they actually have a component for that. It's over here. It's called an image recognizer component. And it's really cool because what it's gonna do is it's gonna connect your app to Microsoft's page or to Microsoft's server. It will throw the photo in that you gave it into Microsoft servers. Microsoft server is gonna look at that photo. It's gonna look at every single pixel in that photo, and it's gonna try to figure out what that image is. So we're gonna go ahead and use this, and I believe I haven't added it, so let's go ahead and add it. You can either add it by dragging it up here or dragging it into the middle of the phone screen. And we now have our image recognizer. All right, cool. So now what we need to do is do a little bit of the coding. And where does the coding happen? It happens in the blocks area over here. So I'm gonna go over to the blocks area and we get this really cool screen here. Now this is where we do the coding or the functionality. And whenever we're building apps, the big thing is events, right? What's causing things to happen? So in this app, it's pretty simple. When this take photo button is clicked, then I want the image recognizer to, start doing some of its process. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna say, hey, when the photo is clicked, when the take photo button is clicked, so I can just grab this, what do I wanna do? Well, I want this image recognizer to do some stuff. Well, one thing I could do is I can tell it to upload stuff, right? But what I haven't done is I haven't taken a photo yet. So I gotta add a component in here that can allow it to take a photo. So I'm gonna go to the designer and I'm just gonna grab, I think it's called the camera component. It's just right over here under image. Yeah, it's the camera component. So we're gonna drag this camera component. So now we have the camera component and the image recognizer component. We've got a button component and we've got a label component. And this label is just gonna show text. So now what I need to do is say, all right, when you hit the take photo button, what I really want is take a picture, right? So open up the camera roll, let us take a picture, right? After we take the picture, then do this, do the image recognizer stuff. So what do we want? Well, it asks us, what image do you have for me? So what we can do is say, hey, you see this photo that comes out as an output here? We can just drag this photo here and put it in here. Okay, so now it's got an image. So say, now that you got this image, what do we really want to do? Well, what we really want to do is we want to make this label right here, it's text, to be a description of that image. Should we try this app? Should we see if it works? I don't have my cable today, but I've got a phone right here. And I'm just gonna unlock it here. So I got a phone right here. I'm gonna open up the Thunkable app here. And I'm gonna go ahead and click live test on my screen here. And when I click live test, it will live test the app on my phone. So this is the app working on my phone. And I can hit the take photo button. And now that I have the take photo button, the camera's going off, I can go ahead and take a photo of something. Let's go ahead and take a photo of this mouse right here. So I took a photo of the mouse, right? And I can say, all right, use photo. And when I hit use photo, now what it's doing is it's doing this processing. It's sending the information up to the cloud. The cloud is getting the information. It's then processing the information, and then it's gonna send it back to my phone that has died. Yes, that happened. Nobody saw that. So let's try that again. This other iPhone I have here is also about to die, but let's see if we can get it to work. Let me just do not disturb this. We don't get any. Okay, let's try this again. So we take the photo. I'm gonna take a photo again of this mouse. All right, I'm gonna use the photo and let's see if it pops anything out. Oh, it says something there. You can't read that. Let me see if I can read that. It says a close-up of a mouse. Yes, it worked. A close-up of a mouse. All right, so it worked out pretty well. If we want to take a photo of something else, I've got some, I've got the back of this iPhone. Let's just take the picture of the back of this iPhone and see if it realizes what this is. So I took a photo of the back of the iPhone and it says a hand holding a laptop. It wasn't quite what we wanted, but it was pretty close. I mean, I could take a photo of my computer screen here. So I took a photo of my little setup here. I can use the photo and now it will say an open laptop computer sitting on top of a table. So technically we're doing machine learning right here. We are using a machine learning algorithm to find an image and for the machine to tell us what the image is. It's pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff here. Now, to wrap things up for this kind of like short little live series, shout out to Angelique out there, sending some hearts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just kind of want to wrap this end up with a little bit of just next steps. Like, let's say you like this stuff and you thought this was pretty cool. Well, if you like this stuff, feel free to check out LibreTeacher.com. I have more tutorial videos just like this where I go ahead and I tell you exactly how to code stuff. And I kind of do it in a way where I give you a little bit and then you have to kind of try to figure it out on your own. So it works out pretty well and a lot of people have a lot of fun with it. My old students really love it. My new students really love it. So I really think you should give it a try at LibreTeacher.com. Now, like I said, if you really like this, go to LibreTeacher.com and try the first course out for free. completely free there. And if you want to try the second course out and you don't have any money, feel free to send me an email. I got your back. And option 2 is you like it, but you're like, I don't think I can do it by myself, right? If you're in this case, feel free. You can hit me up, ask for some private lessons, or if I'm too expensive for you, you can get a group together, and I'll give you guys a group discount. And you can go to libreteacher.com/services for that. Option 3, you're like, this was fun, but I think I can go more advanced. Check out code.org. They have a lot of great stuff. Code Academy has some good stuff, just they don't have any videos. So if you're okay with no videos, then all good with you. And last but not least, let's say you're like, I like this, but I don't like coding. Hey, that's okay. Feel free to share this with a friend. That's what we're here for. But I really hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for jumping in with me. I had a lot of fun building this little app with you all, and feel free to join us maybe next week, and we'll go ahead and have some fun here. Take care, everybody. Have a good one, and I'll put some music on to leave you. Bye-bye.